Hey guys, Clone Guy here, and today I have two replays for you. One in the Alpine Tiger WZ-111, and the other in the IS-2M. And as I was logging in today, I said to myself, I'm going to do a replay on the IS-2M and a replay on the Alpine Tiger, right? And what I wanted to do was the IS-2M first, and then the Alpine Tiger, and that's how I played them. I played the IS-2M, and then I played the Alpine Tiger. And that's how I was going to share them to you in this video. But then after playing the game in the Alpine Tiger, I realized, no, I should show this one first. That way they have something else that will cool them down a bit in the second replay, instead of doing the amazing first replay, which was the IS-2, and then doing the one that'll make you mad in the WZ. I'm like, yeah, well, let's switch things up. And the gun in this game just does not work in the Alpine Tiger. Like, there's the first one. Already, you know, oh boy, here we go. Here goes the gun. Yeah, that's just the first shot. Don't you worry. We've got plenty more where that comes from. And this thing is not very accurate. Nice side shot, bounces off. I don't know what that hit. Probably his turret, but it bounced straight up in the air, so I don't think it hit the turret. I don't know what that hit. It just bounced off. And we're not done yet. In fact, now that we're talking about it, let's miss this guy real quick. What is this thing's accuracy? Let's go to console.worldtanks.com. And let's find out exactly what the accuracy of this 122 Chinese 122 millimeter gun is. And I mean, that should say enough right there. It's a Chinese 122. It's not a Russian 122. It's Chinese. And so when we jump into the Alpine Tiger, you're going to notice we get a sniper medal. Not the Alpine Tiger. The WZ. Nope, that's still this tank. The IS-2. Golly. We're going to get a, whoops. Where is this thing? There it is. Alpine Tiger. Yeah, we're going to get a sniper medal. So, this tank has 0.44 accuracy. Ouch. 0.44. That's interesting. And I think the Russian IS-2M has 0.46. Something like that. So it's actually worse, but it doesn't miss. It's weird, because it's Russian. Where are we at now? 0.45. It's just slightly less accurate. Just slightly. But we are in this position here. We've taken this position to start off. I thought about going left, and then I realized it was tier 9. There's artillery. I'd rather go to the right, see if I can get some free shots over here. And we kind of have 1,200 damage, 555 assist damage. It's a good start to the game. And we're going to retain our high health for very long periods of this game. I'm going to put a shell into that guy. There we go, 420 damage roll. And he is now a one-shot for our Lova, who finishes him off. Who's going to be a key player this game, a good player right here. I mean, I don't know how good he is, but he was playing to his strengths and doing very well in this game, which was nice. It was good to have him on the team. Well, we put a shell in the Alpine Tiger, and he's going to get finished off here now by the ISM. And Motherland gets killed by Artie. Okay, Artie's aimed this way. Golly, thank goodness he wasn't aimed at me. He might have just gone high, who knows. Regardless, the Motherland is dead. We're up to about 2,000 damage, 555 assist, and we're going to fall back to the base. Pushing either bases on this map is very difficult, and that's how you lose a lot of teammates. The best way to play on this map, once you've won your side, is to go back to your base and defend it. If you push through the river, you're going to get shot up and you're going to die. Not all the time, but a lot of times, and a lot of good players know how to get across the river safely. But if you don't know how to do that, your best bet is to just fall back. And that's what I've done, is fallen back. And my team who have pushed into their base are all going to die. Their team who are pushing into my base are all going to die. It's just how this map works. It really, really is. And so what we're going to be doing with our Alpine Tiger is driving back and forth on the map, trying to you know, put shots here, shots there, kind of just playing the support, even though we are the heavy tank, but we are not top tier. We're mid tier right now, so we're heavily playing the support role right now. And so I've decided I'm going to go over here, maybe get some shots on this Conqueror, this T-32. But then the lightweight actually doesn't die, even though he was tracked in front of this SU-122. The SU-122 looks like he was actually trying to shoot the T-32 instead of the light tank, and so he gets away, unfortunately. Conqueror fires a shell off of our front plate and bounces off. But the Artie is probably aimed up here if I were him, but at the same time he also might be aimed at the people who are pushing his base. And that's actually, I think, where he's aiming, because he doesn't shoot at us this entire game, which is pretty nice of him. So I think he's trying to defend himself, which makes sense. I mean, I guess he's got a map of his own, but I figured because he's platooned with the T-54 lightweight, he'd be shooting whatever the T-54 lightweight is spotting. But he has not been doing that. He's been shooting up in my direction. Not towards me, but towards the players up here the entire time, instead of shooting what the light tank is scouting, which is interesting. It's an interesting play. Typically, if you platoon with somebody, you usually go with each other, and that's kind of the point, especially if you're in artillery and your platoon mate is a light tank. Usually you do that, but they don't really do that. So that's too bad. We're going to go into this position here. I realized my Lova got spotted here, but he's a bit taller. I'm pretty sure I won't get spotted at this about 420 meter view range, 410. As long as I don't fire, and we should be good, and I'm just going to wait. And if I do fire, we'll probably get spotted, but that's okay. We'll do it quickly. We've got tanks on our right, which is pretty interesting. We're actually spotting those guys, which is good. So there we go. He does not see us, which is good news. Now we're down 3 tanks. We've got this Trinity on our right, and that Trinity. So I think so this game, both these games are titled Imagine Being That Lucky, or This Lucky. Imagine being this lucky. And the first game, it is not me who is lucky. The second game, it's me who's lucky, hands down. And that one goes high. Red pen mark on the side of the turret goes high. And it's this Trinity who is incredibly lucky. We outplay him about 6 times this game, I think. But we're never allowed to actually shoot him. It's pretty funny. Well, we'll count how many times we outplay him. We'll count how many times, okay? And then, you know, we'll go from there. And well, yeah, like I said, this is a game that might frustrate some people, for sure. But we've pushed this way now because I want to see if I can catch anybody who's sneaking up on us, and we do. It's this guy. Boom, we put a shell in, and he bounces off of us. He's lucky to have even hit us, but he fortunately does not penetrate us. We've switched to our heat shells because of the Type 4, and we're going to keep these loaded for the remainder of the game. Now, the Trinity Mark II has a lot of space armor, so we have to be careful when we're shooting him with this heat. So we definitely do. And there he is. We're actually in a position where we are now hull down to him, so he cannot win this fight. If we kept pushing up, he could have put a shell into us, perhaps, and I don't want to take a hit from him. But now we're going to switch our attention to this Lova. Try to put a shell into him if he crosses, because, well, he's taking hits, luckily, from our SU, it looks like, or our WZ, something like that he's taking shots from. And so he's decided to push on. He doesn't see me. We put a shell in, and now he notices me. Our Lova, unfortunately, didn't notice him. It would have been great if he put a shell in, maybe rolled high and finished him off, but he does not. But he's now a one-shot for us, pretty much like 70-80% of the time we're going to one-shot him with our 390 alpha damage. It's no problem. Your alpha lineates towards the middle. So for this to not one-shot him would be ridiculous. So we'll make sure we should be fine. Conqueror on the left, he's still in cover, and we're just going to sit here just for a couple more moments, just to make sure this Lova doesn't try anything. And if he does, we'll punish him. If he doesn't, we're going to move on in just a sec. Alright. I think that's pretty good. Let's make sure no one else is coming through. Okay, the Maushin's coming this way. And this is really what kind of changed my plans. Like, okay, I had a feeling the Maushin was going to show up, but he's incredibly slow. So perhaps we should go to the other side of this church, or whatever this is, and maybe kill the Scorpion G. Get him out of the way, because I don't want him shooting me, because his gun is the scariest right now. The Maushin has the same gun, but there he is. Boom, we put the shell in. He misses us. He wasn't expecting that play, and our shell goes in. And I think that's the only stroke of luck we will be having this game. Our shell goes in. Actually, both his bounce off of us earlier as well. So the only bit of luck we have this game is on the Scorpion G. And we're not done yet. We're going to have another pretty lucky shot here in the back of the Scorpion G. Without completely aiming. Boom, there we go. Straight in. And it just nicks his tank. So not necessarily straight in, but it goes in. And he goes down. Now the Lova has pushed up. Good, this is kind of what I wanted. I was hoping he would push up after I executed the Scorpion, after I moved from my position, because now he's a lot easier to kill, and hopefully my team can start putting side shots in him. It's a T95 now, that should be easy. But we're going to quickly catch this Trinity way off guard here. He's pushing up. He has no idea I'm turned back around. There he is. And he fires in the dirt. We fire above his spaced armor. It goes into his spaced armor. And we bounce off, or it gets absorbed. So the thing about the Trinity is the lower part of the hull has spaced armor, the upper part does not. So I aimed for the upper part and it went low. But here comes the Lova, and we roll low. We roll 350, leaving him on 3 hit points. Again, imagine being this lucky. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I want to see if I can punish this guy again before the Maushin shows up. No, he's on the other side now. We're using this circle map, so we are quickly able to see that. The Lova puts a shell into him. Their Lova's trying to get a shot with his gun depression. He can't quite get it, so I'm going to turn around and go ahead and help out my Lova here, who is fighting a Maushin shooting HE. Now I decided, you know what? I was going to take the hit for the Lova, but then I realized he doesn't have a shot in the Lova right now, so I don't need to do that yet. So there we go. We'll put the shell in, and now I'll take the hit for the Lova. Or I try to anyway. But I'm unable to. He shoots over me, hits him in the hull with HE. And now we're going to go straight at this Trinity. And he is not expecting this. We use the Maushin as cover until we're reloaded. Now that we're reloaded, we just put it straight into his upper plate. Boom. Straight like that. There we go. A bit of an outplay. I'm willing to take the hit for him. But the Lova finishes off our Lova, which is really bad news. That's terrible news. The Trinity shoots into our tracks. And now we have him straight into his spaced armor, or straight into his upper plate. Now it goes somewhere into his space armor, into the void, and disappears. We're going to angle now. He's going to probably get another shell into us. No, well, he pens us, but here we go. Now we have him again. And that goes into some kind of spaced armor again. We just get sparks. It's like, okay, where is this hitting? We're going to angle our rear. Perfect. He bounces off of our side, just like we kind of hoped for. And we're going to finish off this guy. No, we don't need to. Already finishes him off. This guy's now a one-shot, but I'm afraid of their artillery, who might be aiming at me, but he's actually aiming at the WZ. If I'd known that, I would have turned straight back around and gone for this, that guy behind me. But I didn't. But here we go. Whoa, I didn't expect to bank that slowly with this tank, but we do bank very slowly. Put the shell in nonetheless. And now the Trinity should be coming up behind us, but we know that. We're paying attention. And he does. There he is. And he's going to put a shell into us. Yes, he is. But now we have the kill right here, right in the back of his tank. The shell goes over. It, like, phases through something. It doesn't actually hit him. He's got the gun depression to put one more shell into us, which he does. Finally, we're like, what in the world? We're finally going to kill you here, sir. Alright? And we do. He goes down. And now it's just this guy. And we're actually in a great position to fight him, but there's a Trinity on my left, so I decided to take the risk and hope he's still shooting maybe HE or he fluffs the shot, because I could tell he was a pretty bad player at this game, just by watching the way he moves his tank. And so I decided to take the risk and hope he missed, so that the charioteer won't have a shot on my side. And unfortunately, he had AP loaded, and he does a whopping 439 damage in his top tier Moushin, being alive for almost 12 minutes of the game. And we lose. And there's the Trinity, and I could not believe my mind, my eyes, my anything, that we could not pull that off. We should have been able to pull that off, because we were fighting a half brain dead Moushin. And we rolled low on the Lova, so he killed our Lova. And we just couldn't pen the Trinity. He was a one-shot for us for like 17 years, and we just bounce, absorb. Pretty disappointing. But we got the ace nonetheless, so that's one more ace that we do not need. Like I said, the next replay is also, imagine being this lucky. But this time, it's me who is this lucky. So, you know, strap in and get ready. Good stuff's going to happen. We're going to get the sniper medal this game in the IS-2M on Prokhorovka. And we are incredibly top tier. And this game is going to demonstrate exactly why I'm not a fan of +2 matchmaking. When you have 3 top tier tanks on each team, you're very dependent on those people. And you ready for this? And we miss. And like I said, we're going to get the sniper medal, so it's going to be all uphill from here. That miss is, I think we only missed one more shot this game. So don't you worry. Every shot we're going to fire now is going to be a smack. It's a smack in the face. But see? Ready? Hello. Boom. Straight in. 353. That's the roll we needed. That's the roll we needed on the Lova last game, okay? That's the minimal roll we needed, but we rolled a 350. If our Lova was still alive, that would have been a different game. Because he was fighting an HE spamming Moushin. He could have taken another hit from him, you know, who knows? Boom, straight in. Kill him. Good. He's gone. One of their scouts is dead. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed. But where was my train of thought going? I don't really know. But hello there. Mr. 2 marked Absolution, not paying any attention. Voila. Trusting in his tank too much. Luckily, he's fighting us. Oh yes, top tier tanks. When there are only 3 top tier tanks on either team, you become very dependent on your top tier tanks. And if your top tier tanks do nothing, you lose the game. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen here. Our top tier tanks, other than one who is AFK, we have 2, other than one, are going to play incredibly well. Their top tier tanks, one of them is going to sit in the back and hit one shot. Hello, Absolution. You have a really weak turret. Thank you. And we kill him. And the other one is going to YOLO. Not really YOLO. He's going to encounter nobody on his flank and then just keep driving, drive straight into a crossfire, and die. Because of a play I make. Oh. And that was my stereo. Just went whoop, and it's gone now. It turned off. And so they're going to lose. And I'm very happy with the plays I made this game. I'm very happy with the plays I made last game. Or should I say in the next game? Because it wasn't. It went the other way around. But anyway, whatever. We went to this position here to start. And I know Artie's probably going to be shooting at us. And, you know, that's kind of obvious. Yep, there he is. And for the rest of the game, we're going to be paying attention to where Artie's shooting from and trying to avoid him. There's this guy. This guy's not a terrible player. I'm not sure if he's good or not, but he was a nuisance near the end of this game. And he really made sure I wasn't allowed to shoot him. For sure he was, but, there he is. He's got a little bit of an auto alert, so we got to be careful with him. We're up to 1,800 damage, though. Almost 700 assist. That's a good start to the game for sure, especially in IS-2. So I was already feeling like this could be an ace tanker. Plus we're up to 3 kills. That's pretty nice. We spot the Panzerfell. Yeah, he's in the back there sniping. We could one-shot him, but I'm not too worried about him. He's got actually a stellar gun. One of the tier 5s that I should probably worry about. If there are any tier 5s in this game that I would ever worry about, would probably be like that guy. But we're not too worried, and we're just going to try to bob and weave and avoid these shells right now coming in from the artillery, because he was aiming at us, and typically when artillery chooses somebody to shoot at, they're going to shoot at that person all game. So we're just making sure we are not an easy target whatsoever. And this is the play I'm going to make right now. I realized, using my small map, that their team actually crossed and are heading into my base. And so I'm going to be going over this way, and hopefully we'll be able to put some nice side shots in. There we go. Just ignore me. He backs up. M4 bounces off the back of our turret. Not surprising. It's an M4. 2 tiers lower. This turret's pretty strong against tier 5s, pretty much from every angle. And so now we're going to execute this guy because he's a tier lower. The hammer is paying attention, but he's not going to keep us spotted for long. We've got a good crew as well. We're going to fix that back up. And now this hammer is going to do something. Because of us, this play we've made, he's got one tank who's going to be shooting in the back. That's me. I shoot him once, and he's like, I'm done here, boys. And he pushes over into every single one of my team's guns. And that's when I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to bother with you anymore, because you are dead. He's getting swarmed by our platoon of tier 4s, or tier 5s, a bunch of KV1s, and he's just going to be ripped apart by their fast-firing 76s and 57s, whatever guns they're using. So he doesn't have much life left in this world. We're going to put a shell into this guy. Oh, that's a tough shot. Oh, okay, never mind. RNG. Russia, comrade, no problem. That's just what Russia does. And now we're going to push into this guy. I don't know where the Jagdpanther is, but that guy's shooting APCR, so it's definitely not... Oh, there we go. Put another one. Definitely not somebody I want to sit out in front of. Then we get shot in the back-ish. And I misread my indicator. Looking at it again, I can see that he's definitely on the railroad when he fired that. But for some reason, I thought he was firing from the hill. So I'll definitely edit out the last part of this game. The Jagdpanther puts a shell into me, and that's going to be it for him. That's his game. And he misses. Good game by the Jagdpanther. Where's Artie? I know you want me, Artie. There he is. He misses. He flies over me. There's the Jagdpanther. These guys aren't looking. Alright, I'm just going to push in then. We're up to 6 kills. I would love to get 2 more. He rams him. He's now one shot for me. Boom. He's dead. Now we're going to get underneath the gun of the Jagdpanther. The Jagdpanther's actually not paying attention, so I've decided, alright, we're going to shoot this guy who is deciding to move and back up and fire on the move, even though he's about as dead as you can possibly be. So we kill him, pick up the Radley Walters. The rest of this game, though, was just us driving towards the hill, because that's where I thought he was. If I had gone to the railroads, we would have had 9 kills guaranteed, because I'm pretty much the fastest tank left alive in this game. And I was way ahead of everyone else in this game as well. Like, I could have gotten anywhere first, because I was pushed way up on their side. But instead I went for the hill, because I thought that was where he was shooting from. And I'm like, maybe he's in this corner, maybe he's down here. No, he's not down there. Oh, there he is, and he's dead. Killed by the Su-152. And we win the game. Simple as that. There's our luck there. We got really, really, really lucky. We missed a shot. Where did we miss a shot? Where was the second time we missed a shot? I can't remember. But regardless. Oh, yeah, it was on the KV-85. Well, almost 1,200 assists, almost 4,000 damage. A Radley Walters. 5,000 combined. That will typically be an ace tanker in your tier 7s, especially tier 7s with no view range, like the IS-2M. But that's it. I hope you guys all enjoyed these replays today. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go check out SpaceBANDIT. He has a YouTube. Link in the description below. And I will be seeing you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and peace out.